Let's learn about one of the tools that you can use to responsibly use the specific words of another person without plagiarizing. Plagiarizing is using someone else's words or work without giving them credit. You can absolutely use someone else's words. You just have to do it by using a quotation and citing it correctly. So, what is a quotation? A quotation is when you use the exact words of someone else and incorporate them into your own work. Quotations are great when the author of your source said something well or used unique wording that you'd like to use. It's best to be a little bit choosy when using quotations. You don't want to overuse them. Remember, you want your reader or audience to know what you have to say on the topic. If you use too many quotations, your thoughts may not come through clearly. Both APA and MLA have special treatments for short versus long quotations. APA distinguishes between the two by word count. Fewer than 40 words is considered a short quote, and 40 words or more is considered a long quote. Type it out, highlight it, and then do a word count using your software, or simply count the words. MLA distinguishes them slightly differently. MLA is not concerned with word count, but rather number of typed lines. For prose, or regular written words, 4 or fewer typed lines is considered a short quote, and 3 or fewer typed lines of poetry is a short quote. Anything over that is considered a long quote. We'll look at some examples of a short quotation and a long quotation using APA, but know that MLA treats them very similarly. First, let's look at this short quote example. Here is a newspaper article from an 1896 newspaper entitled, "One Ride in a Horseless Carriage." Let's say I want to incorporate the author's first sentence into my paper. Here is the author's sentence. "The era of the horseless carriage is coming as sure as the era of good country roads." I will write my thoughts, and then I will use the sentence word for word and mark it with quotation marks and an in-text citation. The use of quotation marks and an in-text citation alerts the reader to the fact that the sentence is a direct quote and lets them know where the quote came from. Now let's look at an example of a long quote. The general premise is the same, but instead of using quotation marks, you do what is called a block quote with an in-text citation. This achieves the same purpose of letting your reader know that you've used another person's words directly and where the quote came from. In a block quote, you don't use the quotation marks, but rather you indent the entire quote and include that in-text citation at the end. Using direct quotations of an author or creator is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Remember, 1. Quotations must be the exact words used by the creator. 2. You need to set them apart by either using quotation marks for short quotes or creating a block quote for long quotes. 3. You also need to include an in-text citation as well as a full citation at the end of your paper or presentation. For more on citations and the different citation styles, please see the APA or MLA guidebooks, watch our videos on citations, or ask your instructor or a friendly librarian.